Hello ladies, I hope you're doing good today. I make sure that my microphone is close. Let me see. Hi, just roll with it. Hi Karen. Elaine, glad you made it. Hi Sharon. Hi Cherry. Hi the other Karen. Hi Janine. So I hope you're all doing good. I see that some people have fall weather, and in Scotland it's freezing. Yeah, we have right now, let me check. Right now here it's going to be 69. And then we're gonna have some more rain tomorrow. Then we go back into the 70s until Veterans Day, when we go down to freezing at night and 50s, low 50s during the day. Oh well. So, as you saw, the title of this live is a very special retro cane effect. For one, what I'm going to show you today is not actually a retro cane made with an extruder. And that is because I got many messages. Is there possible to do a retro cane without a lot of work if you don't have an extruder? Because I really like the retro cane, but I don't have an extruder. I cannot buy one, or I cannot work one because of my hands. So hi Francis, hi Adelaide, hi Catherine. So let's go into it. So here I made one of my most favorites, and I'm going to show you how to do that retro cane without using an extruder. And then I'm going to show you a very nice effect that you can do, and you can do it with this type of retro cane or with a regular one done with an extruder. As you can see here, I have, this is my most favorite, cadmium yellow and alizarin crimson, and you can see it's dirty. A dirty Skinner blend is a Skinner blend that doesn't have nice even gradient from one color to the other one, and this is Premo. And the next one is smaller, less of it, and it is the sunshine yellow with alizarin crimson, also dirty. So what I'm going to do now, and if you do this with an extruder, hi Carlene, hi Deb, you use these three colors. Just don't, you put like cadmium yellow thick, alizarin crimson thinner. So like if you put any of the yellows on the thicker settings on the pasta machine, put a alizarin crimson like on the third, and never put the cadmium yellow and the sunshine yellow near each other. So kind of alternate. So cadmium yellow, alizarin crimson, sunshine yellow, alizarin crimson, cadmium yellow, alizarin crimson, cadmium yellow. So have less, about half the amount of sunshine yellow than cadmium yellow. So what I'm going to do here now is I am going to cut these, and I'm going to first make two of these and two of these, obviously. Approximately in half. And then another thing that I'm going to do is to bring them to the same length, but a little bit Yeah, it's a good thing when you cut with the sharp side of the blade, not with the blunt side. And I'm not throwing these away because they will be in. And this time I'm going to go like this, and obviously this is a little bit too wide, so let me do this and also cut. I got this. So now let's try and arrange this stuff a little bit. I am going to, and I'm slightly overlapping, and you can just not overlap if you so desire. So if I don't overlap, it's going to be pretty much like this. I can turn this backwards. No, I'm not gonna turn this backwards because I don't want this in the same. And this, so you practically recreate a rectangular thing here. And where to put this, where to put this? I'm gonna just plop it right here. And I'm going to, oops, I'm going to flatten it. So it would be all the same, pretty much the same. So right now I have a kind of a Skinner blend patchwork, right? Okay. And I'm going to actually cut it once again. And I'm going to place it like this. And I don't want to do like this because I don't want this middle to get out. I can hear Finnegan. No, that's not Finnegan. There's some cats outside. Okay, I thought he was whining about what a hard life he has and nobody loves him. Okay, so now I'm going to gently start rolling it. And make sure that you press, because you don't want air bubbles. And you want this to be fairly even, so I'm going to use my acrylic block. Okay, let me check more. Hi, Joyce. Yes, hit that like button. Yeah, I guess the cats are going through the breeding season because I've been hearing them today a lot. All right. Oh no, Finnegan is here, whining about his very hard life. I know, you're so precious. You wanna say hello to people? No? He just wants to whine, he doesn't want to say hello. And I'm going to get this through the machine, like on a 3, on a 2, on a 3. So this would be on a regular machine, the 2. but the makings number 1 is thicker than the other machine's 1. The makings number 2 is equal to other machine's number 1. So I'm going to go with number 3 on the makings, number 2 on any other machine. And again, for people who don't know this, I'm going to first do a little diagonal here, and you saw I cut it in a diagonal, and I'm putting the cut part out, and this is a little bit too thick. I know, but I'm busy. Can you hear him? Yeah, he is all upset. So what I wanted to show you, in case you are more of a beginner and you don't know, whenever you're wrapping something, you never have to do a guessing game or try and cut, so and you'd cut through this. You simply roll a little bit and then bring the clay back, and you will have a line where you're supposed to cut. And if you do it like that, then you won't have any problem of your sheet fitting perfectly. Now all I have to do here is first to, hi Carla. Yeah, he's very upset that I don't pay attention to him. So now I'm going to make this into a square, and because my hands, I've been working all week, so I'm going to use the square pairs for this. Otherwise you can use an acrylic block, you can use anything flat, even your roller, but I'm going to use the square pairs to squarify this, and then reduce it. By the way, with the roller it would be like this, and turn it on the other side, and like this. So let me reduce it. And I'm reducing it until, if you haven't gotten the square pairs yet, you can find them at tinypandora.com. And the way to work with them, you can do very miniature canes with this, micro caning as I call it. So I'm going to use these until I get to the size of the next, because the square pairs come in 3 sizes. This one that is hollow in the middle, and then the next 2 sizes are whole. They are not hollow. I have a brain fart and I forgot how that's called. So I am pretty much at the size of the next pair. Oh, I am so happy. Yesterday I also had headache, I guess, as that storm system was moving away. It was still affecting me. It was pretty bad. And as I posted on Facebook, I mean, I was fortunate because it stayed southeast of me, but it was initially reported 1 dead person, but they are still missing people. Now they say there are 2 people who died, but they are still missing people, so I don't know. So it was a whole tornadic storm that passed through Oklahoma and then went east, southeast. and it affected Texas, Arkansas, and a little bit of Louisiana. So it was horrible. Okay. Now, if you're doing it with the extruder, make sure that you're using the larger square, not the small square die. Okay, now let me cut this. In half. Let me get this off. And get it to 7 minus the, and that's fine if you cut a little bit more, because we're gonna have a second, but you can see it already looks like an extruder retro cane. So let's cut this in half, and 3.5, and now I'm going to, because it's getting too long to fit the square pairs. And if you're using the square pairs and you're like me, make sure that from time to time you flip, because pretty much everybody, maybe not everybody, but 99.9% of people have one hand stronger than the other, so they will press more on one side than the other, and you don't want your cane to be thinner on one end and thicker on the other. Okay, so I got now at the proper size to use the next size. So let me bring this one to the proper size. And then from time to time take it out, move it a little bit so that the middle will move as well, not just the sides. Hi Darla. And let's move to the next one. So I'm going to want to be about good enough to cut in 4. Remember, I personally am comfortable even starting with a 3/4 of an inch height to reduce a cane, but I'm going to, so it will be entirely up to you. So I'm going to strive for 1. So I am here. Let me strive for 6 inches, because then I can cut it in perfect 4, perfectly measurable 4. I hope you managed to, Elaine. I'll see if we can work something on that, just as a thanks for being such a faithful moderator. Yes, Elaine is a volunteer moderator for my channel, and I needed moderators because you've seen it happen before. Sometimes I'm getting caught in what I'm doing here and I don't watch the chat, and there will be all those annoying trolls. Honestly, I've seen less of them, so I guess I probably managed to block most of them. There's a lot of stuff that you don't see that happens in the back end. If you noticed, I have my comments set to moderated, and that is not because I don't want people to say things on my channel in the comments. It's because because of all the bots and spam and trolls, because I don't have time to hunt through all the comments. But you can imagine that I do have over 1,000 videos right now, and people watch all of them. I mean, not the same person watches all of them. Hi, Yanka. Yeah, time change. I know that this morning I was like, oh my god, how I slept long. And then I was like, no, not I slept long. How early I woke up. And then I was like, oh no, I would have slept long. Because we changed the time last night. But yeah, you have no idea how many spams and bots and all kinds of links, porn links and scam links, and I have to stop, because if I don't have the comments to moderate it, I cannot catch up. As I was saying, with over 1,000 videos, people watch them. I mean, I have like, I don't know, still thousands, I think. Let me check. Yeah, I have anywhere between 1 and 3,000 views per day of various videos. So it would take me a tremendous amount of time to hunt them. And if I have them moderated, they are all, I can select the comments to need approval, published and need approval. You've noticed that people who have been for a long time on my channel don't have to wait until their comments are moderated, because I've set them to automatically publish. So whenever I get any of those spam links or bots or whatever, I block them. So there might be that there are, trying to get in the chat, but you cannot see them because they are blocked. They can only see themselves, because YouTube is like that. If somebody blocks you on their channel, you have no idea, because you can still see your post, but nobody else can, not even the owner. Oh, I think you roll with it. So I'm going to now put them together exactly like for the extruder kind, trying to not have the same thing one next to the other. Let me see. I do seem to have a lot of this point in the middle thing, but that happens with the extruder kind too. You're gonna say, yeah, but you should have made 9. No, because I'm gonna get this reduced and halved. Okay, so this should work good here. And let's get this here and this here. So now I'm going to reduce this a little bit. Now there are children outside. I don't know. The thing is that in my area, I think I probably told you before, this is the oldest part of town. Yay, Joyce! This is the older part of town. Actually, it is called also the original 1 mile. And that was from during World War II. when they built a military base. I mean, the Air Force didn't even exist at the time. It was part of the Army, if I'm not mistaken. And it was called Air Depot. And they started building houses for the military personnel that was stationed here. And of course, slowly it grew. And the base became an Air Force / Navy / Marine. And was named Tinker, after General Tinker. And even now, one of the main streets in Midwest City is called Air Depot. But what I wanted to say, in the very beginning, so back in the 42, 43, 44, when these houses were built, of course, the original owners started to die. Obviously, they were getting too old, or they were not really the original owners. They were the children of the original owners who got born in these houses and grew up in these houses. And obviously, because society moves forward, their children didn't really want to live here, also because they got married, because they got, and or they didn't have children. And as a result, the houses were put up on the market, and there was one of those famous trust. Hello. Oh, did I say hi, Ilyanka? I'm not sure. Anyway, so this specific trust fund is actually accepting Section 8. And for some reason, since Mikey died, except for one time, of course, after Mikey died, that trust bought the house from his son. And since then, except for one case where there were two Air Force guys who just roommated, and they were barely home because I think they were pilots or something, there's been only families with lots of children, and lots of small children, most of them single mothers. And usually, I don't know how it happens, but all of them, they kind of get their friends who are single mothers with children over the weekend here to play, and they play in the backyard, and all those children scream. So what can I say? All right, now let's go to the second effect. And what I'm doing is just taking the leftovers, and I'm going to wrap them in a little bit of a thicker black. Oh, the Scalpy extruder is horrible. I had and I think I've told that before, I had the walnut hollow, and I could barely use it. It was so hard on my hands. And then a very kind lady of my sponsors, she got herself the Lucy extruder, and she sent me her makings, and I have absolutely no problem using the makings. So I'm going to go with this through the thickest setting. So that would be the 2 on the makings, the 1 on a regular machine, or the 9 on the machines that have the numbering backwards. And I'm going to wrap this one. So first of all, obviously, I'm going to cut to size. And exactly the same as I showed you before. First roll a little bit, bring it back, and you have the line where you're supposed to cut. Yes, and that's the awesome part with the discs, that you can order, you know, a set at a time every few months. Yeah, it's not a clay issue, it's an extruder issue. Okay, and now I'm going to get this reduced a lot. And I mean a lot. And I mean a very, very lot. Okay, so I am honestly more comfortable with a smaller acrylic block I have. Let me actually cut this so it would be more manageable. But remember, I showed you before how to obtain perfect strings. When you reduce, you start with a ball, then you reduce a little bit, and then hold here and just move the acrylic block left and right going downwards. And you're going to get, so even if you don't have an extruder and you need thin strings, you can go with it, and you can go very thin. You've seen me doing that, very, very thin. Okay, this is one, and the second one. Not this way, sorry. I'm blundering. Yeah, the walnut hollow is bad. Really, really, really bad. And as you can see, I'm just cutting this. Yeah, you know, but let me tell you something. I can barely use a coil gun. So if you really have problems, I would still suggest a Makins, and Trish with PolyClay sells the adapter for the drill. So you can use that instead of your hand. Now pay attention, because this is interesting, okay? Yeah, that's the trick. But it's got a rubbery, plasticky, I mean, I'm talking about the walnut hollow. It's got a rubbery, plasticky thing. So I don't know if you can do that. Now, be very, very careful to what I'm doing right now. I think I got the finnegan here in my eye, because this is very important. Okay, so going to first cut my black, 2 sides, pretty much. Kind of, sort of. Ow, wrong side of the blade again. And I'm going to place these with not completely against each other, okay, with a little room between them. I hope you can see that. And yeah, I could just do strings of black to put in between, but I'd rather go even easier than that. I hope I didn't make too many. And if I did, oh well. I think I need to trim my bangs, because I always get one of the bangs going in my eye. I have one extra. Okay, now I'm going to I know. He sees the cats outside and he sees the kids outside and he's like, I need attention and play. Because of course the 2 older ones are sleeping at this time of day. I'm amazed because usually he's sleeping too. You know? Just separate them. And I'm going to take a second sheet of, okay, I don't need the main one. I get the second sheet of black. Yes, I do have, and I always like to remind people that I do have the, give me a second, one of the very interesting extruder canes. It's the 466, and let me share it with you. And I'm going to also put it briefly on the display. Just to show you how they look like. This is not just, so these are done with Skinner blend. This is the easiest. Skinner blend wrapped, I mean with regular stuff. Skinner blend wrapped in Skinner blend of the same color. Skinner blend wrapped in Skinner blend of a different color. And black and white. But they are done in a specific way, and you might want to watch this. All these very interesting designs you can get with your extruder if you have it. They are not really able to be done without an extruder, unfortunately. Yeah, my guys, they are very picky, you know, they wouldn't eat just anything, but they always have to sniff what I'm eating. Alrighty. Actually, let me get it more close. And without all the... Okay, and now what I'm going to do is to place them sideways. And not all the time all in the same direction. So here I place them with the strip. Let me actually make this a little bit brighter just so you can see the black part better. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. I just wanted the properties. You know, when you open something that you didn't intend, and you're like, what is this? Okay. No, this doesn't work very good. No, it doesn't matter. It's hard to see black on black. Let's try this. This might work better. There we go. Even if my hands will be a little bit too bright, but you can see what's going on here. Okay, so I'm going to put some of them with the string part, because I have a string part and a sheet part. And I'm going to put them a little bit haphazardly, not exactly even. And I can go back because it's going to reduce my FPS. Okay, but you were able to see what I was talking about. So just crunch them all in there. Now really, that really sucks. I never had an issue with them, but then I do have a smartphone. I'm going to try and cram all of them in here. And awesome, Petrina. And I'm going to flatten it as much as I can. Hey, didn't intend to get these both. I'm going to nicely square it up. This is something that we're gonna get, but you will see in a second why I need that like that. And I'm going to now cut it in 4. And be very careful what I'm doing here. So I'm going to actually get this like this, and then I'm flipping them. Okay, I am flipping them, and then I'm going to flatten it some more. And there's a reason why I need them like this, okay? And you don't want to make it thinner than this. Again, you will see why in a second. You can even put little lines here if you so want. But again, there is a reason why I am doing them like this. Okay, now let's go ahead and create something. I do have here a thing. Ideally you put it on a base that you already made, but I'm going to just go with it directly like that, and it's going to be interesting. Okay, I'm trying to see actually if I don't have a ready-made base. Sometimes I make some bases, I bake bases just to have them. I think I'm out. I need to bake some more. Oh well, that is life. Alrighty, so I'm going to grab my cane slicer. Remember that these you can get at PolyClay Play, and you get one of the thin ones, the 8 inches ones and the 4 inches one, for like under $5 in a little case. Okay, now let's go ahead and create stuff. I'm going to first make a, what the heck did I do? Okay, so don't cut this like this because you don't want to smush the lines. You will have to cut it standing up, and try to get as even. Now normally I would let it rest because it's much easier to cut when it's hard, not soft from so much manipulation, and try to get as even as possible slices. I know you don't have to whine at me, I'm still busy. Okay, so I'm going to get these a little longer if possible. And if you make this bigger, you can make it, you know, reduce and stack it like this, but I didn't make a lot. And again, it's better to have a base. I'm just working with it raw. So you need a full sheet like this. Let's burnish it. That's fairly good. And now watch this. And again, you can do this with a regular retro cane. Okay, so ripple blade. And you always will have one of the edges thinner, so that edge goes on top of this. And of course you can use all other kinds of Skinner blends, not necessarily these one, all other kinds of colors. You can use pearlescence, you can use many things. Okay, I don't like this. You can use different colors for the bottom. It's not given that you have to use exactly that. Now it's just, you can have two different. It's probably more than 500, is it? You're gonna call me stupid, but one time somebody asked me if I wanted the Lucy Clay cane slicer, and I said no, because I don't want to promote price gouging. And they still got me one, and it's still in the box, almost 3 years now. And you can also put this on regular, simple, even not patterned, or you can put it on different patterns. So I'm going to just cut a shape, and we're gonna have a pendant. And remember, you can use all these to make this. There we go. This is a more unusual and special retro cane work, but you can just put these one next to the other or on different. This gives a flame effect on different backgrounds, but yeah, two different ways of doing stuff. So, and remember, one of the things that you can do, I always do whenever I have especially when my thing gets a little bit hard to, when it gets thinner and it's hard to cut, what I usually do, I just stick it on the acrylic block, and then like this, I go ahead and I cut, because it stays upright. Oh, by the way, did you see the lottery is at 1.9 billion? So see how I can hold the cane straight. Maybe I cannot really cut very straight, especially I'm getting towards 1 hour and my back started hurting, but this is a way to cut when your cane is getting thinner. Yeah, it is. Let me see how much PolyClay has it for. Extruder. So I know that she has several kinds. And please don't forget to use my affiliate link. Did I click for display? Yes. So extruders. You can get the number guide for free. You can download it. And there's this is the regular, and this is the stainless steel with 21. But I would honestly, I don't think mine is stainless steel. I think mine is this one. And then you get $11 for the, this is mine. This is mine. The $24.99 is the one that I have. This is smaller. But as you can see, she has, and don't forget the core adapters. because you need those to, when you make, remember that I showed you how to make a memory wire. Let me see. This one, let's see, it's for the holidays. And you get this with the extruder, with that specific extruder adapter, that when you put it out, it's going to have a hole in the middle. And with that hole, see, I'm cutting it to the size that I want, so I can insert those fake peppermints. And then you just put the memory wire, and you don't have to worry about any kind of, make sure that I'm at the, no, oh, this one is at 740, but this is the result. It's a fun memory wire thing. Okay, let's get back to it. So it should let me see. Yeah, see, this is, I closed it before showing this to you. This is the drill adapter. So this practically just holds the end with that bar. It shows you how to use it. Not on this one, but I know that I used it differently. I do have it somewhere around here. I do have it, but it works. Yeah. So anyway, I hope that you will try to do this and experiment with more variations of color and stuff. And I think it is in the Christmas. I'm gonna have to recheck all my playlists to make sure that they are okay, because there's a whole playlist. Give me a second. Let me I'm gonna link you the direct link to the playlist for Christmas. Let me just find it first. Hey, that's not what I wanted. Okay, it's going to be a little long, the link, but this is the playlist. Let me see if it works. Oh, I didn't want that. Let me get on my channel, because I think that I just shared my backend link. Hold on a second. So let's go to my channel. I'm gonna just go with you. Let's go to my channel, and we have playlists here, and see, Christmas. And yes, it is in the Christmas playlist. As I said, I have to check the playlist because I probably have some more out there. but one of my most loved, I mean, besides the Spirit of Winter, one of my most loved are this holly berry canes. I think I need to make some more because they were a hoot with people getting them, and some of the ones of you who got my clearance packages got this. There we go, holly berries. And this one I like especially. It's a scarf ring. That I use the poinsettia jelly roll cane for, and I'm showing how to use it. Just get the scarf around your neck, and there you go. I really like that one. Okay, let's get back to... Okay. Thank you so much, and we'll do something Christmassy next Sunday. I'm not sure yet what, but I'll figure it out. Okay, thank you so much, and see you next Sunday. Be good and have a wonderful week. Thank you for being here with me today. Bye.